Welcome to Your Life at 50 Plus, presented by AARP, where your next real possibility is right around the corner. Connect with us on Facebook at facebook.com/AARPNJ.
So we're joined by Dave Willis from the Asbury Park Press here today, who's joining us by phone. Dave, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks, Jeff.
So the reason I wanted to chat with you is that I read your article this week about the "Can You Hear Me" scam. I guess is what we're talking about, what we're calling it. It seems like one of the creepiest scams that I've heard, and I've heard some creepy ones. Can you fill our viewers in on what it might be?
Sure. I mean, it starts with a rather innocuous call. The one that I've received is a call from a woman who kind of giggles and says, "Oh, excuse me, my headset must have fallen off. Can you hear me now?" And the natural answer, I mean, I do that as a reflex, is say yes. And so what they're doing is a scammer is recording that yes portion of the call, and what people fear is that it'll be used to authorize purchases or for other nefarious purposes.
So how could they use the yes to tie it back to the person's phone number?
Well, so this scam has been used in the past to against businesses, and those businesses have been told that they purchased directory services or office supplies that they never used, and it's an authorization. So you might have purchased something, and then you were asked to record your yes answer. It could be for a new service on your phone. It could be for change to your bank statement, to authorize a payment on a credit card, all that type of stuff. I mean, that's typically how those could be used. The Better Business Bureau, which first put out this warning, isn't sure exactly how they'll be used in the future, because they haven't received reports of people actually getting hit and losing money from this. But it could be used for a caller could call you up and say, you purchased something, and you could say, well, I didn't purchase something, and they could say, well, we have your yes confirmation here. You owe us a blank amount of money, and then they could scare the person into paying that bill.
Wow, it's crazy because it seems like it's so easy. I mean, you pick up the phone, someone says, "Can you hear me?" It's an automatic that you'll say yes. You're not even thinking suspiciously. There's nothing really to think about there.
Well, exactly. And in the past 20 minutes, I've received 2 calls from people who've read the column, and one guy called me up and said he said yes, but he said to the caller, "You're not going to get me to say yes."
Huh.
And he said yes. So they would simply edit out that little portion and use those words. But yeah, I mean, it really is something. It's as the Better Business Bureau told me, it's kind of spreading like wildfire.
Yeah, it seems like this may be the new scam du jour. And what's strange is that the IRS scam, I think, also tends to heat up around this time of year. So they're coming at them from both sides.
Yes, I mean, this is now the time when the scammers are calling people and threatening to arrest them if they don't pay some bogus tax debt. That's actually on the list of the IRS's dirty tax scams for 2017. So those calls are kind of becoming fast and furious too.
Wow. So Dave, what can people do? Any tips that you could share how people can protect themselves from this pretty insidious scam?
Really, the most important thing that people can do is just check their caller ID, and if they don't recognize the phone number, just don't answer the call. Or if someone, and this is what I've done, I've gotten this call several times, and I just hang the phone up.
Right.
Don't say anything. Just hang up the phone. I mean, they really are a nuisance call, and your time is better spent doing something else than getting involved with these guys.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I guess the question I have in my head is, should we make sure not to have the word yes in a voicemail message?
I'm not sure that voicemail messages would be activated that way, but I'm not, I haven't asked that question myself, so I'm not sure, but, my voicemail doesn't pick up
Right.
or doesn't respond. Some of these are robocalls, so
Yeah.
it's possible that your voicemail won't be activated. But yeah, you should just be, saying, I'm sorry, I'm not here right now. Leave a number. You really shouldn't be leaving long information on your caller ID, on your voicemail. Oftentimes, that might contain private information like your name or your phone number or other things that you just keep, to keep it pretty simple. But that brought me up to one other thing, and the thing about this call is that it sounds like it's a real person. Caller ID, robocalls now are very sophisticated. So this call sounds like a woman, and she giggles, but it really is a robot.
Wow.
So that also puts you off guard a little bit.
Well, they're getting sneakier by the day, and I appreciate people like yourself, Dave, really trying to keep us abreast of these scams that are going on. And as you know, the AARP Fraud Watch Network is here, and we're trying to keep abreast of these scams as well. And we'll be encouraging everybody to report this scam. Get back in touch with Dave Willis at the Asbury Park Press, but also report it to us at Fraud Watch Network, which is fraudwatchnetwork.org.
Well, Jeff, that's actually a great suggestion. Really the way to keep these scammers on the defensive is to make sure that we all know about what they're doing and that they're not going to fool us. And things like the Fraud Watch Network and the Better Business Bureau scam trackers and all the stories you read is that really it forces the scammers to change their mode of business, and it keeps them on their toes.
Absolutely. Dave Willis from the Asbury Park Press, thank you so much for joining us today, and we appreciate the help and the information.
Thanks so much, Jeff. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you, Dave. Take care.